Hello guys, how are you? How's everything going? I hope you're doing good and your farms are okay. You're with me, Felix Mbewe, also known as Bwana Mbeu. I welcome you to my today's video. I'm discussing land preparation in regards to crop farming. So there are a number of things that you need to understand and know as you get to prepare the land for your different crops. Of course, there's number one, you need to know the kind of crops that you want to do and your water needs. Are you doing your preparations for the rain-fed crops, or you're doing for the irrigation ones? So I'll show you around at our farms here, like what we've been up to and what we've been doing. It's been an amazing project and we keep growing. So there is like typically an example of what land preparation is. This is 4 hectares of land that is being prepared, an extension of the already 4.2 or so that we are doing at the moment of rain season. So you can see in total we are looking at about 8.2 hectares of land doing specifically vegetable and corn farming. So stay with me, let's work together as we discuss land preparation. And this is a topic that is so dear to my heart. So as in something that I really love, I would want to address it today. Of course, number one, I mentioned about how you are going to water your crops. So when that is decided and understood, you can now go to the second part, which is your inputs. Those are the preliminary things that you need to have before you get to start preparing your land. Of course, you need to know, are you going to use manure from animals or compost making? Or you are going to use fertilizers? What seeds are you going to grow? So that you can also know and budget from the inputs that you are looking at, labor and other costs that you are going to incur. Then coming to the topic at hand, which is land preparation. For example, this piece of land, we've been using a tractor and a plow. Why? Because as you can see, the soil was really hard and compacted because it used to be a paddock. Animals used to stay here. So you can't easily dig or rip this kind of land. You need to plow it to loosen it up. But in instances where you don't have equipment or money to hire equipment, that is heavy duty equipment like tractors and plows, you can use your hand tools like a hoe, picks and all those things that can easily till your land. So thirdly, you also need to have the resuscitation or restoration or maintenance of your soil mechanism, which could be application of fertilizers as mentioned or manure, which is really cardinal for whatever you're going to grow at your farms. Because remember, your soil, as you look after it, as I've been saying, it takes care of you as well. Then it takes care of your crops. Your crop will take care of you. Like you can sell it, you can eat it, and you have better yields. So land preparation is something that people undermine or don't take really too serious, and they lose it at that point because people don't really think it's cardinal, it's essential. But it's critical in your budgeting, in your planning, that it's included, because it's one huge chunk that comes with expenses which you can't just overlook. So once you know how much it will cost you and the timing itself, which is the fifth point for me, it's really important. For example, those that rely on the rainfall, at any particular time of the year, you have almost an estimated time that you can really plan to say around this period. You do have your rain season starts. So even the land preparation is always in those areas. You plan around those timings, because once you know when the rains will start, you can easily estimate when to start your planning of your fields. If you're doing farming like some of us, which is all year round, same thing, you as well you have to plan when this particular crop will be ready, when you're harvesting it, to replace with what, so that each particular portion of land doesn't delay or disturb your chain of planning or the cycle that you have for your crops. So you can see that farming has all the building blocks of the planning system that we have, and whatever you do, make sure you do it diligently and prudently. You can always estimate your cost, your inputs, so that you've got and you're able to realize enough results or profits out of your farming activities. This is really important for your farming ventures. So, number 6, you get to plan your land preparations because of another critical point, which is the market or the business part now where you make profit. I'm sure most of us that are doing farming, this is the essence. It's not just about eating. You can have enough to consume or to give your animals, but the rest of it definitely has to be sold. Or ideally, like whatever you do, you plan and you do agriculture for the sake of selling or making money, which is something that I do. So I need to know when there's demand for what, for some things that you can easily plan, for things that you can easily predict the market. You can just always do them mostly all year round. That way it becomes easier. Or if you don't, you can just check by what others are selling on the market, depending on where you're selling your crops or your harvest or your produce. So those are some of the things that I wanted to share with you in regards to land preparation and how to do it. But for now, I'll delve a little bit more into what exactly is involved other than just the essence of doing land preparation.